This is following the TEDx Talk, How Unicorns Wind Up in a Straitjacket. Hi, and thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Unicorns Out of a Straitjacket. That's how to avoid ending up in the wrong career for you. You're the unicorn who's talented, magnificent, colorful, amazing, and the wrong career for you is a straitjacket, which is confining, restrictive, and it sucks. Today, I have with me an amazing woman that I admire so much. And guys, I'm super excited to have her here with us because she is such a powerhouse, and you'll find out why in a minute. Meet and help me welcome Paola Savva. She is an event organizer, seminar. She's a cheerleader of people. She hosts a lot of charitable events. She focuses on women. I'm going to let her tell you all about it because she's amazing. Hi, Paola. Welcome so much to this talk show.
It's so amazing to be in your show today, Linda. And I will start with what Angela Mayu says, that whatever people say or they will tell you, you will never remember anything. But what you will always remember it's how they made you feel. And every time I'm with you or any of your events, you really make me feel incredible, marvelous, and amazing. So thank you for having me in your show.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for those kind words. It takes one to know one. Go on, don't tease us. Tell us who you are, what you do.
Now, for those who haven't known me or haven't met me before, as you have been know by now, I am Paola Savva. I'm coming from Larnaca. I was born in Cyprus, Larnaca. I am a mother of 3 children, okay, and I'm married with Costas, my husband, for many years, and we are now at the 34th year. So I was mainly working for the financial institution for 31 years. And out of which I got a lot of experience in the financial sector and giving service to people. And in 2013, I had dramatically had to quit a job I loved, and I was within that niche and that thinking and positiveness and whatever. So I had to reinvent myself again in 2013, and it wasn't easy in a very bad economical situation. But a person without a purpose, or without, even if you have money and you don't utilize that to be within your comfort zone, not within your comfort zone, to be aligned with your core and your purpose, then you feel miserable.
Yeah.
So I had a big gap between 2013 and today, but I made one promise to myself. I said that no matter that gap was hurting me, I should not leave the time passes. So I started creating the SheInspires, the Cyprus. You will hear a lot about many things, she experts, whatever I might call it next.
It's a whole empire, you know. I told you this lady.
Whole empire.
Is big.
And I made this events and seminars thing. I organized my first successful conference in 2018.
Wow.
That was known as the She Woman Conference, where 15, I collaborated with 15 brilliant women like you. That everyone was very good at their niche, at their expertise. And we had the She Actors, we had the She Blooms, that was a girl of 13 years old, that she had something to say into the world, and so many other things.
You know what, Paola, you make some very important points. When we talk about career change, sometimes people think you just get bored and you decide to move, but sometimes life moves you on. As you said, I had to go. I had to leave a job that I loved, and actually it's it in the picking yourself back up, and actually, as you said, still aligning with your purpose, but finding what else can I do that's within my purpose. That is so powerful, and thank you so much for sharing that and for doing that and being a living testimony that that works.
It,
Wow.
it, it does. I mean, you have to search though. You have to search within your heart,
Of course.
and to find that energy to inspire you. You need yourself to inspire you, to be the cheerleader, the captain of your own boat, your own life. Otherwise, it will be very hard, because your surroundings, the people that are around you, they are probably, they're having their way out. They are in their niche,
Yeah,
and they cannot see what you are now in a stream without knowing where to go and where to lead.
exactly.
So
I found this quote online and it said, "Don't worry if nobody understands your calling." It wasn't on a conference call.
well, I,
It's just you that understands what your calling is. So
yeah,
don't let other people influence it because they don't know what the mission is. And it's completely true. It's completely true. So why was it important then for you to do something that really inspires you? Why was it important for you to take that passion and transition into She Inspires and in the events and bringing people up? What goes on for you emotionally and psychologically doing that?
my my rapid change to, it was with a force, forcibly, it was under force that I left my job. It was not, and with no justice. So something came to me that unjusticeness, I needed to put all this anger, all this thing out loud, but in a different way, because when you're angry, nobody actually hears. Everybody will see that you're angry, but at
Yeah.
the very end, you will not get your right. So I wanted to make a difference in the world, in a pleasant way, not a pleasant way. I said that in such an economic situation where people, everybody, the media, they were putting people down, and energetically, and they are psychologically, and
Mhm.
I said to myself, I don't want that, because I had that feeling that they are interfering me, that they are really um, having an impact on me, the media,
Yes, of course, of course.
which is the same situation now. I mean, sorry for anybody who are dealing with the media. Media is good, but they're not used rightfully right now. It
Yeah,
just tries to cause people fear, threat, and that's, you become in the darkness.
yeah.
So I think we all have to contribute and change that energy, because it's about energy. Yes,
I,
if I can be the light to someone, and another person can be the light of me, so it will be a more enlightenment society.
yeah.
And I think people will be more happy, because everybody wants, whatever we do, we want to be happy at the very end. Yes.
That's a beautiful imagery with the light. I be a light to you, and it's an enlightened society. I think that that is applicable in every sense of the word as well. And you said this thing about the anger as well. And it's important that not everything is going to be all rosy all the time. And I've said this. There's two ingredients for success, right? You need an emotion coupled with a definiteness of purpose. And that emotion could be negative or positive, but as long as that emotion is strong enough to fuel you with that purpose, you can create magic and whatever else you want to do.
And what you say, I like the way you say the magic, because you experienced it. Yes,
yeah, yeah,
people who talk about magic, it's not talk. they experience magic things, and every day, every single day, there is magic everywhere, and we don't sense it. We sometimes we're blind, and that is what I say. If you're coming to the darkness and there is no enlightenment and people around us to open our eyes to that,
Yeah.
then the only thing we will see is uh, sorrow,
Yeah.
fear,
Mhm.
uh, and and we will not have that freedom of expressing, creating, and evolving. So
Oh,
so
wow. Coming back to the TED Talk, the TEDx Talk, we were talking about 3 steps into discovering the right career for you and the 3 elements for it. And the first step we said was identify clues. Identify clues in your childhood, in your natural genius, in your natural path to wealth. What are you complimented on? What are some of the skills that you, or the clues that you identified that has helped you in what you do today?
if I were to say some, I would say 5. I can specify them, or finding out for me in 5. I had to do this actually when I was, what am I going to do? What I like, what I don't like. But I mean, it's a big thing because everybody knows what they don't like, but sometimes it's more hard to find what you like. Yes, what you really like.
Yeah.
So what I found out for myself is that I express positivity.
Okay.
I am enthusiastic about when I do something. I like enthusiasm
Mm,
to accompany my actions, because when I do that, my work, my life, my family, I mean, I when you do something like that, then everybody around you become part of this enthusiasm and positiveness. Yes.
yes, yes, absolutely.
So the second thing is I have empathy for others. I understand and care about people's personal stories. I am thrilled with their stories,
Yeah.
and I found out that I am. There is a big difference between hearing and listening. So I am a good listener,
Okay.
and besides someone's anger, besides someone's talk, I might see why he said or expressed the way he does.
Yeah, yeah,
So I found out that I get connected with people, not specific people. I might sit with a person down the beach, an old man, an old woman,
yeah.
and have talks, and I enjoy their company
Yeah,
because everybody, every single person has something to say, which is wise,
yeah,
and I get out of it. Then the people who inspire us the most are not full of hate, bigotry, or racism. I like to be with people that they're not criticizing. They're not so. I just, I want that. And because I want that, I'm sure that other people might want me. Is a chain.
attracting the like-minded people and the energy that you put out, the frequency. Yeah.
Yeah, I see you. When I see you sometimes, and I will ask you also. I'll ask you a lot of times, how do you deal with these things? And then sometimes you say, what thing? Because sometimes we do notice that things that we think they're problems, they're not.
No. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and I have managed to do this within the banking system, something that I developed, and I do believe in developing. You can develop your self-confidence, you can develop your skills and everything, but something I developed is patience, persistence, commitment, devotion, and focus. I
Yeah.
mean, you have to do that, and you have to also to eliminate the time spent now for something to have fun, uh, and make your own time to prepare for something who will give you a pleasure, happiness within the future. So I
Yeah.
managed to do this. I managed to time share, time management,
Man,
time management.
yeah. And again, like you brought all of these powerful and impactful traits from your time working in one career and transferring that into another.
Another.
I think, and into what you do even up to now, both in your personal and professional life, and that's huge. That's
You
completely
know why I say you are incredible, and I mean it, because you even pointed out my fifth clue, which is that I had earned the respect and to be known as loyal and trustworthy from many things. For instance, I was a player, a volleyball player, and I was the leader of the national team of Cyprus.
yeah,
So to earn that leadership,
yeah,
I worked hard, and I didn't want to be a leader. I never wanted to be a leader. I was asked to be. I was doing things as exceeding myself,
you
and because of that, I was
were chosen to be it.
deserved
Yeah,
to be a leader. And out of that thing, I learned how to put that enthusiasm, passion, the work you needed. That everything needs work. Nothing is coming there,
yeah.
whatever we do. So I put that to my work. When that finished, again, I was faced with emptiness.
Mm.
So, as we said, mind the gap. Mind the
Absolutely.
gap. And that gap, if you stay a long time to that gap, you will probably get into a hole, and then you will not be able to get out. So mind the gap and jump on the next wagon or the next train or whatever.
Now we're teasing them, so we have to explain what the gap is. What is the idea briefly of mind the gap before we go on to the next step?
Yeah. When I was traveling to UK, okay, in one of my trips to my children studying in London and Manchester, I had that unbelievable time with them,
Mm.
sharing time with them. But within that space of going from one train to the other, there's always, when you get the bus, or they will say, mind the gap, mind the gap, mind. And immediately the gap, I was feeling a gap. There was a gap in the very beginning between what I was doing and what I'm supposed to do. And that thing was bringing me in a very awkward situation. I wasn't feeling right.
It's completely like I completely understand. It's that disconnect, but that you've lost
Yeah,
yourself a little bit, or you've lost your way, and that is the gap between you and the best version of you, or who you're being and the best
uh,
version of you.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that thing of mind the gap, it came to me. Oh, I said, oh my God, I must not stay alone in that gap. Just move, jump on the next one, jump. And I've been going from one wagon to the other wagon of the train for the last 8 years now,
Mm.
and I was jumping everywhere. I learned so many things. I discover new places. I discover new people uh, to lift me up, and I lifted up many others
Of
as
course,
well.
of course.
Uh,
I love that imagery. And if you're curious to know more about what Paola is doing with Mind the Gap and all of these beautiful, inspiring events and talks that she does, definitely her contact details will be at the end of the video. Definitely check her out. So Paola, we're gonna go
yeah.
to the second step of discovering the right career for you, which is connecting the dots. You've spoken so much about some of these clues and some of these traits that you learned and you honed and you developed while in the banking sector, and also in these past 8 years. How have you connected them with your lifestyle and your you-ness to create this unique proposition for yourself?
I was a person that I could bring people together. I like that. I like to, because I don't believe in the loneliness. I don't believe in that any person, successful person, skilled, well educated, creative, nobody can be creative enough if it's alone.
Yeah.
So if a lot of minds get together, then there is like an orchestra. I see people like they're, everybody's having a role. Even on our daily life, we are we are in a stage, okay, where we share, and each one. That is how I dream this world, not to be competitive,
Yes.
but to be the stairs one to go on, give a
Building
hand,
blocks.
get a
Yeah.
hand, and we all play and we all dance. We are all players on this life. So that
Absolutely.
thing gave me the idea, because I like to do events in my house. I like to bring my families. Because I'm a family person, I like family traditions. I love my mother, my aunties, my uncles. I like to spend and share time with them, and it's very important to have time with the people they love. Yeah.
So
So
fantastic. Talking about the second step of really connecting the clues and the traits that you've identified in step one, how have you really used that in your lifestyle and your hobbies and really honed these skills to be able to connect them with the work that you currently do?
analyzing myself, I found out that from childhood, what made me go to the next step or find what I like, it was one word actually, love. Okay, love. I loved when I was young to be with my grandmothers, my colleagues, my friends, my neighbors, my volleyball team players. Everywhere I was committed, and I was there
Yeah,
to be present
yeah,
and sharing the time, real time with them. So I found out that I had one skill. I could connect people. I was not egoistic, and also loving those people. I found out that we all um, performing. We are performers on a daily life. So what I was imagining myself to be an orchestra thing. That you are there and you bring all the instruments, and they play that music, and I'm just the organizer. I'm the how do you call it? The coordinator,
it's like the conductor, but also the orchestrator of this
the
whole.
orchestrator.
Yeah,
Yeah, the orchestrator. When I was playing volleyball and I was going and I was learning, and then my colleagues were coming to me, I would bring them all because I love them. I didn't like to be shown as better. No,
yeah,
I didn't know I was doing it,
yeah,
but I didn't feel I was better than anyone. I was always trying to be better for myself, not from anybody else. So
yeah.
that people loved me and I loved them. So they gave me they gave me the leadership, the value of it. And slowly I realized that I can bring people. I know I love people. They go swimming, so they have some common things, these people, so I can bring them together and can be part of them. But I like also to be with like-minded people that cheer me up, and they have something to tell me, like Linda, like many other. I could have been with Robin Sharma. Okay, I love Robin Sharma, his
Definitely.
ideas, because I can share some things with him, and
Yeah,
other things because they make me better.
yeah.
Okay, I can also get better, not to be, millionaire, billionaire, trillion, you never know, but I
But
can
the best
everybody
version of yourself.
best
Yeah,
version of myself.
yeah,
So in this creation, I said, why don't I make and create something to bring tribes? I would say, what a tribe is to bring the same, except political tribes. I don't want to be politically, because that there's another thing, that's another part of me that I've tried that, but I'm not within the politics because I'm very honest. I
yeah.
can't hide anything. I can't. No, so I leave that. But
But you've
yeah,
tried, so that's good. At least you've tried and yeah,
if people they know me, they know that I've been. I can just group people
yeah.
and for a
I can
great
see.
purpose.
I can see definitely that all of these skills have helped you apply. You've applied them in what you currently do now in organizing events and inspiring people and seminars and imparting the wisdom that you've learned over the years. So that is beautiful, and that's literally step 3 of really applying it.
Yeah.
It's incredible. So
And this is coming to do that quote I said of Maya Angelou,
yes,
that I don't remember what my teachers taught me. I don't, but I remember each and every one, how they make me feel. So probably I was living by that experience. I wanted always to, wherever I go, I wanted not. I'm not a person pleaser, because this something is not good. But I wanted to bring out my best self, to help, to give, to contribute.
inspire and to inspire other people to be their best selves, because you're almost giving them permission to be themselves because you're being yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
And speaking about contribution, you know that I am within the board of the Iasonion, with adults with special needs.
Okay.
And why I'm there, since I was 30 years old, and I had been in the bank. If you know about the Radio Marathon, is a big charity event that was happening each year within the media, by the bank where I was represented. And I started doing fashion shows for children with special needs,
Yeah.
because I didn't know anything about shows. I didn't know anything about that kind of events. I didn't. But what I knew is that I wanted so much to help that mothers, that people, because I had by then 3 children. And my friend, Cristalla, who's the president of this Yasonio, she gave birth to a boy with special needs, Yasonas, his name. And because of her, seeing her, how her struggles, how the government was not helping and they needed help. And I saw the magic that in my case, I had 3 wonderful, healthy children. So I had that privilege. And as having that privilege, we all owe to spend and share some time for the others, because we never know when we will need that.
Absolutely.
Okay? Always, that's what we have to do as well. Just give some of ourselves or something.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Paola. Before I let you go, what's the one thing you would say to somebody who really wants to be their themselves and to follow in your footsteps of really making a difference and contributing to their society? What would you say to them?
Don't seek for success as a success on its own, because maybe you will find success, but you will not find happiness. Whatever you do, there will be success if you put your heart to do what you do at your best, for a greater purpose, appreciating people and society, and knowing that you're not only alone, and success will come, happiness will come. Don't be a unicorn in a straight jacket.